Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest questions for anyone considering moving to the Kansas City metro area. Should you live in Jackson County, Missouri, or should you choose to live in Johnson County, Kansas? Now, these two locations, although neighbors, offer distinct lifestyles, and we're going to cover everything you need to know. Housing prices, cost of living, schools, infrastructure, neighborhoods, cultural venues and entertainment, as well as crime and safety. But before we dive in, if you are new to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Kansas City, then subscribe below by simply tapping on the bell so you'll be the first to receive updates that are taking place in the Kansas City real estate market. Hi, my name is Chris Pucci with the Living in Kansas City real estate team. And we get calls from people just like you every day. So if you're contemplating moving in 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months, please feel free to reach out. You can call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or better yet, schedule a Zoom call. All of our contact information can be found below, and we'd love nothing more than to help you make a smooth move to Kansas City, Missouri. That said, let's dive in. So let's start with the basics. Jackson County is located on the Missouri side. It includes much of Kansas City proper, Independence, and Lee Summit. On the Kansas side, we have Johnson County, home to cities like Overland Park, Leawood, Olathe, and Lenexa. Now, both counties are within a short drive of downtown Kansas City, but they offer very different vibes. Jackson County tends to feel more urban and historic, while Johnson County leans more towards suburban and modern. One of the biggest factors to consider when you're choosing between these two counties is the cost of living. So when comparing the cost of living between Jackson County, Missouri and Johnson County, Kansas, several factors such as housing, taxes, and income should be considered. So let's start with the most significant factor, and that's housing costs. In Jackson County, Missouri, the median home value is approximately $232,086, which is 37% less expensive than the national average of $338,100. Here you're going to find a mix of historic homes, older established neighborhoods like Waldo and Brookside and Armour Fields, as well as newer developments with modern floor plans in areas like Lee Summit. Conversely, in Johnson County, the median home price per Redfin is approximately $466,100, which is nearly double that of Jackson County. Now, the median sales price for Jackson County in November of 2024 was $275,000, while the median sales price for Johnson County in October of 2024 was $440,000. Although Johnson County median sales and median home values are higher, you get newer homes with modern floor plans, master plan communities with all sorts of amenities like a clubhouse, pools, tennis and pickleball courts, and more, plus highly rated school. Having grown up on the Missouri side and lived in these neighborhoods, there is so much to love, but I must admit, I do find the new communities and their modern homes in Johnson County to be very compelling. Next up, everyone's favorite, taxes. Missouri's income tax ranges from 2% to 5.4%, while Kansas has a slightly higher rate ranging from 3.1% to 5.7%. However, if you work in Kansas City, you're assessed a 1% earnings tax on your gross income. The sales tax picture is more complex. Jackson County has a combined sales tax rate of around 8.3%, while Johnson County starts at 7.975%, but can go as high as 11.475%, depending on where you shop in Kansas. There is some good news. Starting in 2025, Kansas eliminated sales tax on food, which reduced the effective sales tax rate. Per the U.S. Department of Agriculture, they estimate for a family of 4 comprising of 2 adults and 2 children, you're going to spend approximately $1,318 per month, which means now with no sales tax on food, you're going to save about $205 a month. Last on the list is income. Income levels also play a role in the cost of living. The median household income in Jackson County is about $60,800 compared to the national average of $80,610. Now, Johnson County is slightly higher at $103,644. This means residents in Johnson County generally have more buying power, which tends to offset the higher living cost. However, it should be noted that the overall cost of living in Kansas City, Missouri is lower than the national average, making Kansas City one of the most affordable cities in the nation. If you have kids or you're planning to have kids in the future, then schools might be at the top of your list of consideration. So take Johnson County for instance. Johnson County's Blue Valley and Olathe school districts are nationally recognized for their academic excellence, their extracurricular programs, and their state-of-the-art facilities. Niche.com gives the Johnson County School District an overall rating of A. The 4 school districts comprising Johnson County include Blue Valley, Shawnee, Olathe, and DeSoto, with Blue Valley receiving an A+ rating and the other 3 an A rating. These schools are a huge draw for families and often play a role in driving up home prices. Jackson County, on the other hand, offers a more diversity in its school options. Public schools in Lee Summit and parts of Kansas City are highly rated. Lee Summit received an A rating from Niche.com, but the overall quality can vary depending on the district. And don't forget, now both of these counties have a variety of private and charter schools, so you will have options no matter which side of the state line you choose. Now, I grew up on the Missouri side in Kansas City proper, so I have firsthand experience with schools here in the KC Metro. I didn't go to the Missouri public schools, but instead I went through the parochial school system and then to an all-boys private high school, which in my parents' eyes, that school system offered a better education than the public school system. And look how I turned out. Okay, that wasn't a good recommendation. I did, though, move to Johnson County when I started a family due to 1, the housing that was available, and 2, the schools. That said, though, the Kansas City public schools have made strides in recent years, and school districts in the KC suburbs like Lee Summit are excellent. So you have plenty of options to choose from. Whether you're commuting to work, running errands, or heading out for a weekend adventure, the road you travel can make all the difference. And trust me, there is a considerable difference between the quality of the roads in Johnson County and Jackson County. First, let's talk about what Kansas City gets right, and that's the highways. Highways like I-70, I-435, and I-35 are generally kept in great shape. And the reason? Because these roads are critical to the city as a transportation hub, so they are regularly maintained. And that's a big win for anyone who loves smooth, fast commutes. Now, if you're cruising around Johnson County, places like Overland Park, Olathe, or Lenexa, you're going to notice that the roads are in fantastic condition. And that's because cities in Johnson County invest heavily in infrastructure. Plus, during the winter, their snow removal teams work like magic. Those roads stay clear and safe even after major snowstorms like the one we just had that dumped over a foot of snow. The next day, those roads were open and passable. Now, for years, there's been a running joke that if you're traveling from Johnson County to Kansas City after a large snowstorm like the one we just had, you knew when you made it to the Missouri-Kansas state line because the road you were on was now all of a sudden covered with snow. That isn't so much the case anymore, as Jackson County does do a great job of keeping major arteries in downtown clear. But let's be honest, not all the roads in Kansas City are perfect. On the Missouri side, especially in older neighborhoods and parts of downtown and Westport, potholes and cracks are a common sight, and trust me, they can be deadly to your car. I have seen potholes big enough to swallow an entire car. The potholes are due partly to weather because we have a lot of freezing and thawing as well as tight budget. And let's face it, waiting for repairs can sometimes feel like waiting for spring to arrive in the Midwest. You're going to notice a big difference between the Missouri and Kansas side. While Johnson County roads are smooth and well marked, some streets in Kansas City, Missouri could use a little love. But in Jackson County's defense, Jackson County is one of the largest counties in the United States in terms of land area. So they have miles and miles of roads to maintain. So adding to the overall frustration, construction zones and that sea of orange traffic cones. God, they seem like they're everywhere. Now, while they can be frustrating, and they are, these projects are paving the way for better roads in the future. The good news is that investments are on the horizon, including federal infrastructure funding and smart city tech like sensors to monitor road conditions. These are going to help make Kansas City's roadways that much more passable. Some big investments are on the horizon. And let's not forget Kansas City's robust public transportation. Kansas City offers a variety of public transportation options, including buses, a streetcar, bike sharing programs, and more. But I want to start with the most iconic part of Kansas City's public transit, and that is the KC streetcar. This free-to-ride service runs a 2.2-mile route from the River Market, which is just north of downtown, to Union Station. The streetcar makes stops at major destinations like City Market, the Power and Light Districts, the Crossroads Art District, and Crown Center. And there's more good news too. The streetcar is about to open an additional 3.5-mile expansion from Union Station going south, ending at the University of Missouri-Kansas City. Now this project includes 16 new stops serving areas like Midtown, Westport, the Art Museum District, and the Country Club Plaza. It's a super convenient way to explore Kansas City, so it's great for tourists and locals alike. And did I mention it is completely free? No tickets, no hassle, you just hop on and enjoy the ride. Here's an insider tip. If you want to go to the farmer's market at the River Market, you can park anywhere like at Crown Center, Union Station, Country Club Plaza, and you take the streetcar so you don't have to hunt for a parking space. Plus, you can stop at various points along the way to enjoy a cup of coffee and back. So it makes for a great way to spend a Saturday morning. Next up is Ride KC bus system, which covers the Kansas City metro area, including parts of Kansas and Missouri. Now, fares are affordable, just $1.50 per ride. For most routes, you can get a $50 monthly pass if you wish, and there's even a mobile app to help you plan your trip and track buses in real time. Now, these bus routes connect key neighborhoods, shopping centers, and even the airport, and there's also an express route for commuters traveling from the suburbs into downtown. In summary, although the roads in Kansas City have their issues, they are making considerable progress improving the roads, and they do offer comprehensive transportation options. Conversely, Johnson County only offers limited transportation options as it is car-centric, but the roads are smooth and well-maintained with street crews who do an incredible job of snow removal. So far, we've talked about cost of living, housing prices, schools, and infrastructure. Let me know your thoughts, and if you have questions, put them in the comments section below. So now what we're going to do, we're going to discuss one of everyone's favorite topics, and that is neighborhoods. So what's the difference between living in Jackson County, Missouri, and Johnson County, Kansas? After all, these two areas are neighbors, but these neighborhoods offer a completely different vibe. So let's start with Jackson County, Missouri. Now, this area is home to Kansas City's urban core, which is where I grew up. Here you're going to find charming, historic neighborhoods such as Brookside and Waldo. And these neighborhoods feature large trees lined streets with classic homes that were built in the 1910s through the 1940s, featuring big front porches with tons of character. Each home and neighborhood has its own unique personality. Now, I spent a lot of my youth during the summer months walking and bicycling over to the Brookside Shopping Center. However, if you want a suburban environment, you can choose from several suburban communities like Lee Summit, Independence, and Blue Spring. But if you love history and charm, Jackson County has it in spades. Remember, you have neighborhoods like Brookside and Hyde Park that feature these stunning early 20th century homes. And living closer to the city center means you're just minutes away from Kansas City's best dining, arts, and nightlife. It's a perfect fit if you're looking for that energetic urban lifestyle. Now let's cross the state line into Johnson County, Kansas. There are 20 cities that comprise Johnson County, which is known for its suburban lifestyle, excellent schools, and family-friendly vibe. So on the whole, Johnson County neighborhoods are newer, with spacious homes, open layouts, and plenty of cul-de-sacs. It's ideal if you're looking for that classic suburban feel with lots of parks, green spaces, and family-oriented venues and activities. Popular neighborhoods include Overland Park, Leawood, Lenexa, and Prairie Village. And one of the most desirable areas is Leawood. In North Leawood, for instance, you're going to find large ranch homes with huge lots on tree-lined streets, while in Southern Leawood, you're going to find the newer homes with the latest floor plans and amenities on spacious lots. If you're looking for a starter home with lots of charm, then Prairie Village is a perfect spot. Most Prairie Village neighborhoods are loaded with charming Cape Cod homes that are within walking distance of small local neighborhood shopping centers. Now, homes in Jackson County, especially in the urban core, tend to be more affordable than those in Johnson County. For example, a charming two-story colonial home in Brookside might cost you less than a newer home in Leawood. So, the lifestyle you're looking for will really influence your decision. Jackson County neighborhoods often feel more eclectic and diverse with strong sense of history and culture, while Johnson County offers more planned communities with amenities, easy access to big box stores, great shopping, and excellent schools. Johnson County is a fantastic choice for families and those who want a more relaxed pace. So now that we have discussed neighborhoods, let's talk about lifestyle. Johnson County offers somewhat of a polished suburban vibe with plenty of parks, green area, top-tier shopping, and family-friendly attractions. Here you will find the region's largest regional mall, which is Oak Park Mall, as well as upscale shopping centers like Leawood Town Center, Hawthorne Plaza, and Park Place, which, by the way, Park Place is the only free outdoor ice skating rink in Johnson County. Family-oriented attractions include places like the Prairie Fire Museum, one of my personal favorites, the Overland Park Arboretum and Botanical Gardens. You've got the Deanna Rose Farmstead, which is a Johnson County family favorite. It's home to over 250 animals, including goats and cows, horses, pigs, and birds of prey. And this is where families can enjoy pony rides, feeding baby goats, exploring the historic replica town, and enjoying well-manicured gardens. Then you have the Blue Hawk Development, a game changer for the area. It's the first of its kind retail destination in the United States. It's anchored by a 400,000 square foot sports facility that will be home to 3.8 million visitors annually who come to play hockey, basketball, volleyball, and pickleball. This massive mixed-use project will include a state-of-the-art sports complex, including a regulation-size NHL ice rink. It will also include a family entertainment center, which features arcade games, bowling, laser tag, as well as all sorts of dining options and premier shopping. Now, when this complex is fully completed, it tends to be a self-sustaining community with multifamily, office, and healthcare woven into the overall development. But family entertainment doesn't stop there. Overland Park is introducing the Andretti Indoor Karting and Games Complex, set to open in 2025 on the Asperia campus, which was formerly known as the Sprint campus. This approximately 103,000 square foot facility is going to feature multi-level indoor electric go-kart tracks. Can't wait to try that out. High-tech virtual reality games. That might be interesting. Arcade games, laser tag arena, as well as bowling lane. Additionally, as you can expect, there's going to be a full-service restaurant and bar offering items like burgers, pizzas, and nachos, the typical stuff. But it's these types of venues is why Johnson County is such a strong draw for family. Now let's look at Jackson County, because it has a totally different vibe, and this is where urban meets historic charm. From world-class museums to iconic entertainment venues, Jackson County has something for everyone. Here you're going to find vibrant neighborhoods like Brookside and the Country Club Plaza, each packed with character, shops, and dining options. Plus, the cultural highlights include the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, one of the top museums in the country, with collections spanning centuries and continents, plus that famous iconic shuttlecock. If music is your thing, then you head over to the 18 to Vine Jazz District. This historic area is where jazz legends like Charlie Parker got their start. And right next door is the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, where you can explore the inspiring stories of African-American athletes who shaped the sport and broke the color barrier. Then head over to the Crossroads Art District, home to the highest concentration of art galleries and studios in the nation. And on the first Friday of every month, the night is filled with open galleries, food trucks, live music, and so much more. So now let's talk a little bit about entertainment. Power and Light District in downtown Kansas City is the ultimate spot for nightlife, live music, and festivals. This area spans 9 blocks and is adjacent to landmarks like the T-Mobile Center and the Kansas City Convention Center. The district features over 50 bars and restaurants, as well as entertaining venues, and dining options include American, Italian, Mexican, and all sorts of other ethnic opportunities. In the center is what they call KC Live, which is an open-air venue with a large stage for concerts and events, and recently the owners announced a $10 million investment focusing on the Kansas City Live block. Improvements will include the installation of a new exterior canopy, ceiling heaters, and misters to ensure comfort across all the seasons. They're going to enhance the visuals as well as expand the seating and amenities. For live performances, you have the Starlight Theater, which is a Kansas City favorite. This outdoor venue hosts Broadway shows, concerts, and family-friendly events under the stars. Now, if you're looking for big name acts or major sporting events, then the T-Mobile Center is your go-to for concerts, basketball games, and more. What is amazing though, with one or two exceptions, almost all of these venues can be accessed by taking the Kansas City streetcar, which if you remember, is free. So you can see why Jackson County is such an amazing place to live, particularly if you seek culture, history, and nightlife in an urban environment. One thing though that both Johnson and Jackson County share, and that's barbecue. So no matter if you live on the Johnson County side or the Jackson County side, you are only minutes away from fantastic barbecue. Jackson County is the epicenter of Kansas City's world-famous barbecue scene, with legendary restaurants like Joe's Kansas City, Gates, and the famous Arthur Bryant's. Believe it or not, the metropolitan area is home to more than 100 barbecue restaurants, each offering their own unique flavor and style. And if you really want to experience the barbecue scene, then you must attend the American Royal Barbecue Contest. Held in September, this world-renowned barbecue event draws teams from around the globe. So these are just a few of the reasons why Kansas City proudly holds the title of Barbecue Capital of the World. Not that this is everyone's favorite topic, but if you are considering a move to the Kansas City Metro, safety might be a top concern for you. Crime rates and patterns in Johnson County, Kansas, and Jackson County, Missouri differ significantly, largely due to the contrasting demographics, urbanization levels, and the population density of the two areas. So let's start with Johnson County. Statistically, based on data from the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, it's one of the safest areas in the Kansas City Metro. In 2023, for instance, violent crime rates in Johnson County were 1.5 incidents per 1,000 residents, significantly lower than the national average of 4.0 per thousand. When it comes to property crime, which includes burglary and theft, Johnson County reported 10 incidents per 1,000 residents compared to the national average of 19 per 1,000, nearly 50% less. With these figures, you can see why families and retirees tend to choose Johnson County to locate in. Let's talk about Jackson County. Now, crime rates here are higher, especially in the Kansas City urban core. For example, violent crime rates in Jackson County were 6.3 incidents per 1,000, about 4 times higher than Johnson County and 1.5 times higher than the national average. Having said that, the urban areas, especially downtown Kansas City and the east side, account for most of these statistics, so they tend to skew the perception of safety in Kansas City. So for more affluent neighborhoods in Kansas City are going to have significantly lower crime rates compared to the less affluent Kansas City neighborhoods. Furthermore, not all Jackson County is the same. Suburban cities like Lee Summit and Blue Springs are much safer, with crime rates comparable to Johnson County. For instance, Lee Summit reported a violent crime rate of just 1.9 per 1,000 residents. In summary, the overall crime rate for Johnson County is considered to be low to moderate. Crime consists mostly of property crime, again, theft and burglary, as well as minor offenses, and violent crimes are relatively rare. It is considered one of the safest in the Kansas City metropolitan region. For Jackson County, the overall crime rate is moderately, particularly in the more affluent neighborhoods, but is considered high in some of the urban areas around downtown and the east side, where there are higher incident of violent crimes. Which county is the best fit for you? Well, the lifestyle you're looking for will really influence your ultimate decision. So whether you're drawn to the suburban, family-oriented sophistication of Johnson County or the urban charm, historic neighborhoods, diversity, and urban lifestyle of Jackson County, there's truly something for everyone. If you're considering making a move, I'm here to help you navigate the process and find that perfect place to call home. Please drop your questions in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.